This story about the lost sheep not only shows how important we are individually, that he would leave 99, keep in mind, he would leave those 99 safe and secure to make this lost sheep safe and secure. We cannot save ourselves. The story doesn't tell us how lost the sheep is, how long the sheep was lost, how bad the sheep was lost, or whether the sheep was actually still looking for the shepherd. But it definitely tells us that the shepherd looked for the sheep and saved the sheep. And even when he found the sheep, don't miss the point in verse 5 where it says, and when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders. The sheep still ain't even able to walk back to the 99 on his own. His salvation is still tied up in this shepherd. And so that's why I say, as we talk about salvation, our safety and my security and my relationship with God has less to do with me and more to do with him. And then on the second part of that, as he talks about heaven, I grew up with the mindset that righteous people go to heaven. Like, I'm going to go to heaven if I am good enough to go to heaven. But notice right here, he makes a distinction between a righteous 99 and the amount of rejoicing that happens in heaven for the repentant. Not the righteous, the one who realized that they're not righteous, turned away from that unrighteousness and turned to him for salvation. The good shepherd laid down his life for the sheep while the sheep was still lost. Went after the sheep. Like, when we weren't even thinking about God or caring about Jesus, like, he did these works for us. And then we heard this message about the works that he already finished. Like, when he died on the cross and said, it is finished, he finished all the work that is needed for us to be saved, all the work that's needed for us to have a right relationship with God. Now, we try to add to those works, and we think that by doing work, it's going to make us more and more righteous or good. But really, everything we needed to get back to the shepherd, he did. The good shepherd did for us. And it says also, while we were still powerless, which again goes back to him taking the sheep and actually putting the sheep on his shoulder and carrying it back rather than the sheep being able to follow the shepherd back. Him saying while we were still sinners that this work is finished is a big deal, because when you are talking to someone about God or Jesus, a lot of times they get in their mind like, oh, well, before I start going to God, I need to fix this, or I need to do this, or I need to stop this, or I need to. You are powerless to do these things on your own. You call a plumber when something needs to be fixed. You don't fix it and then call the plumber. You go to the doctor when you need to be helped or healed. You don't call the doctor after you've already healed yourself. This is what it means to be saved. You needed someone to save you. We needed someone to save us while we were sinners. Before we were saved, we were powerless. That doesn't mean if you are saved right now, you're still powerless. You're not. Christ's death not only saved us from the penalty of sin, but it also saved us from the power of sin. And I think we don't realize that because we in that cage, so focused on the penalty, so focused on how I've made so many mistakes in my life and I can't earn it. We know we don't deserve it. We know we can't earn it, but we still feel in that powerless state. And I had to learn this over time. Now my life is not about preventing myself from sinning. It can't be just that. You're going to be in a cage. Now my life is about pursuing someone. This is how you set yourself free from that cage that you were in. I use the example sometimes that I worked for Walmart for 2 weeks, guys. That's it. I just didn't like it. 2 weeks. But I shop at Walmart all the time. And after those 2 weeks, I would walk back into Walmart and I would feel some type of way because those 2 weeks were so horrible. Like I had to do something for Walmart. And the people who worked with me, because I just left, guys. I still shop there, but I just left. But when I walked back in, and supervisor and other people that worked with me were like, hey, why aren't you on the register? And I had to let them know, I don't work for you anymore. And so as you are trying to grow out of the cage, the biggest thing I would say that helped me is to get out of the prevention mindset. I need to stop trying to do this. I need to stop trying to do this. I can't go here because I can't get into the pursuit mindset. Get so busy and so focused on serving the new person that you work for, and you will see yourself grow out of those things. Realize Christ saved you from both the penalty and the power of sin. But right now, it's all around us, it's in us. Paul said it, what he wanted to do, he could not do. What I hate, I keep on doing. That struggle is still there. And also, please hear me when I say that the struggle is better than sin, because I've been through sin where I did not care what God wanted for me, and I just did what I wanted. And I've been through struggle where I still wanted what I wanted, and I still wanted what God wanted, and it was a struggle in between. So you are already making progress. And I've been to the point where I found success in the struggle. So just keep that in mind as you move from sin to struggle to success. Keep persevering, keep pursuing.